Viewers, what a big day today. Pakistan's house is on fire, and this time the flames are being fanned from both within and beyond. Within Pakistan and outside of Pakistan, as Islamabad grapples with street protests on an unprecedented scale. And you can see those pictures, an imploding economy and growing dissent in Balochistan, Sindh and POK, a diplomatic tremor has shaken its very foundations. India and Afghanistan have hit the reset button, with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar meeting Taliban Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi in a rare consequential engagement. And this is what Mr. Jaishankar had to say, making some very elaborate points on why this axis has come together and against whom, without naming that particular country. But viewers, a lot has been said without being said. Listen to this.
We have a common commitment towards growth and prosperity. However, these are endangered by the shared threat of cross-border terrorism that both our nations face. We must coordinate efforts to combat terrorism in all its forms and manifestations.
Shared threat of cross-border terrorism is what Dr. Jaishankar has said, viewers. We all know he's talking about. The Afghan foreign minister reciprocated the sentiment and left no one to doubt, viewers, warning Pakistan from Indian soil against any misadventure. Listen to this.
और हम पाकिस्तान हुकूमत का ये काम एक बड़ा गलती समझता है। अफ़गानियों का हौसले नहीं आजमाया, उसको ज़्यादा छेड़ना अगर लोग करता है तो वो एक बार अंग्रेज़ से पूछे, फिर सोवियत यूनियन से पूछे, फिर अमेरिका से पूछे, फिर नाटो से पूछे, ताकि वो आपको थोड़ा सा समझाए कि भाई अफ़गानिस्तान के साथ ऐसा खेल करना ये अच्छा नहीं है.
The developments have rattled Pakistan, that is now frothing at the mouth and warning Afghanistan with consequences. In fact, viewers, we are being told that the PAF carried out some sort of a bombing raid on Kabul against certain people they thought were acting inimical to their interests. Listen to Khwaja Asif.
जिस मट्टी में से उनको फायदा मिल रहा है, जिस मुल्क से, जिस सरजमीन से उनको फायदा मिल रहा है, उस मुल्क के साथ दुश्मनी कर रहे हैं. सर, ये अब बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा. ये अब जो हमारे सब्र का पैमाना जो है पाकिस्तान की हुकूमत का, पाकिस्तान की अफवाज का जो है लबरेज हो चुका है.
Well, viewers, the symbolism of this reset is unmistakable. Two neighbors, once wary, now bound by a shared concern of terrorism emanating from across their borders. For Pakistan, long the self-appointed power broker in the region, this marks a stunning reversal. Its traditional leverage over Kabul has eroded, even as its own frontiers crumble under internal revolt, viewers. Many questions arise, and I just want to very quickly run you through the, in one way of saying, million mutinies that have beset Pakistan. So we have the insurgency in Balochistan led by the Baloch tribe seeking the right to self-determination. Insurgency in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and former Fatah region is long-running Islamist revolt for greater autonomy. In Sindh, it involves Sindhi separatist groups who demand greater autonomy and an end to a perceived economic exploitation. There's insurgency in POK, erupts frequently in large-scale and sometimes violent protests for greater azadi. There's the sub-regional insurgencies driven by sectarian one-upmanship within the larger Islamic fold. The facts prompt some questions. Has Pakistan reached a point of no return? Is this the moment when an Afghan-India axis finally sidelines Rawalpindi's deep state? These are fundamental questions that need to be asked, and I'm going to ask them, viewers, tonight. Honestly, let's open this out. Let me bring in General Bakshi and, of course, Sushant Sareen. We have all our guests. We're going to just get rolling with this because it's a very important conversation. General Bakshi, what do you make of this strategic reset? Is Pakistan now in a situation where it is imploding in isolation, General Saab?
Pakistan is in serious trouble, there is no doubt. There is the ongoing insurgency in Baluchistan. There are problems in Sindh. There are serious problems in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. There are the restiveness of the Shias in Gilgit-Baltistan. And we have seen POK on fire, absolutely on fire and absolutely, in flames. So, the simple fact of the matter is Pakistan is in serious trouble as far as its internal security balance is concerned. Pakistan now has problems with Afghanistan, and any self-respecting government in Afghanistan would react to any Pakistan moves to fence the Durand lines. They very callously pushed back all the refugees. There are reports that they took away their gold, their possessions, and they had no roofs above their head.
Okay.
There were natural calamities ongoing in Afghanistan. So relations, what Pakistan thought would be its strategic depth, has turned out to be a strategic nightmare, right? And now things have come to a pass when this is the third air attack by Pakistan Air Force on Afghanistan.
Yeah. Yes, General Bakshi, finish your point. You're saying that this is now, this is a problem. This is a major problem for Pakistan.
This is the third air attack. Now in Pakistan per se, the most serious fault line, even more than the Baluch Punjabi fault line, is the Pashtun Punjabi fault line in Pakistan. That is the one which is becoming aggravated as of now and could threaten the existence of Pakistan. The Baluchis have been putting up a brave fight, but in ethnographic terms, their numbers are far too small. The area is huge, but their numbers in terms of ethnic grouping, that is comparatively much smaller. So there is a upper limit to what they can achieve on their own. But as far as the Pashtuns are concerned, the Pashtun insurgency could be life-threatening for Pakistan. It could engineer a split along the Indus River, and that is a very, very serious fault line, and it will get aggravated as relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan deteriorate as they are. Pakistan has been in a very cussed mode. It thought it had its strategic backyard, its strategic depth, but the Afghans have refused to play ball. The Afghans have refused to buckle in and become protectorate of Pakistan. They are self-respecting people and they have shown Pakistan.
So there is an insurgency from within.
The stand that they can
now
take.
They are being outflanked by India and this new sort of reset with Afghanistan. There's a problem. Sushant Sareen, how do you see it? We also have Alia Shah, Pakistani journalist, with us. We also have Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza with us.
No, Rahul, quite clearly there's a problem emerging between Afghanistan and Pakistan. And on the Pashtun question, the problem is not simply that the Pashtuns are getting alienated. See, the Pashtun community in Pakistan is divided broadly in 4 categories. One are a certain element which is pro-Taliban or gravitate towards Taliban. Then there is that PTM kind of a thing, Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, nationalists of a different nature. This is not the old Pashtunistan type of characters, but these are young people. You can call them the Gen Z or the Gen X or whatever the term goes, who are agitating for their rights within Pakistan. Then there are the statists who basically suck up to the Pakistani authorities and the Punjabi establishment. And then there are the statists who are anti-establishment, the Imran Khan lot. So it's broadly in 4 categories. But what the Pakistani Punjabi is doing is that with his obnoxiousness and his very, very perverse kind of rhetoric, they are turning and alienating a lot of people with a kind of very unseemly kind of Punjabi nationalism which is coming about. So there is that fault line which is certainly developing. But Having said that, I think as far as Afghanistan is concerned, we need to be very clear about a couple of things, Rahul. One, it's the logic of the situation that Pakistan's very overbearing and bullying attitude towards Afghanistan, where a number of these Pakistani Punjabi Muslims keep talking about trying to convert Afghanistan into some kind of a fifth province of Pakistan. That is not something which is going to go down well with any Afghan, Taliban or non-Taliban. Okay, and what will happen is that the moment there is some kind of weakening of the relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan, there is a natural tendency to reach out to India to counterbalance Pakistan, right? So that is a process which is at work.
But what is very telling, and I think you referred to those perverse statements that General Munir made, and that's why I want to bring in Alia Shah. What did General Munir say a few weeks before the horrible incident in Pahalgam? Now, he went on a rant on April 23rd. He said that, we are different from Hindus. And he invoked certain very, very controversial tropes. And he says that, fundamentally, we are very, very different, and our Islam is very different, and we'll stick together because of our Islam. So, Alia Shah, that's not really happening. I mean, Islam is not binding you or making you favorably disposed towards either the Baluchis, the POK, Kashmiris, or in fact the Sindhis, or the Pashtuns, the KPK Pashtuns, and neither Afghans. So we're seeing the unraveling of a Pakistani state along the lines in 1971. This is what many people are seeing.
Thank you very much. Yes, unfortunately, Islam is not binding force in Pakistan. But as we are talking about Afghanistan and Pakistan, so I will start from the address of Pakistan Defense Minister Khwaja Asif addressing the National Assembly. He said that Pakistan, Islamabad has run out of patience over the continued use of Afghan territory against Pakistan. As you know, so many attacks on Pakistan from Afghanistan. And Pakistan is asking from at least 2 years the Afghan government that you have to say this. Terrorists targeting Pakistan forces, the Pakistan civilians from Afghanistan. And Khwaja Asif called for a unified response to those who were providing shelter to terrorists. And he said so many times, and Pakistan authorities, Pakistan Prime Minister, everybody knows. Whether inside Pakistan or in Afghanistan, Pakistan government warned many times Afghanistan Taliban government. They said enough is enough. But I think that Afghan government is not serious to stop Taliban. They said, no, this is not in our hands. If this is not in their hands, then somebody has to take this in their hands. So that's why Pakistan attacked on Afghanistan.
So that justifies the Indian response to the terror groups that you harbor. So you're basically saying that we have the right to constantly bomb areas in Pakistan where we believe terrorists are hiding, because that's exactly our charge against you. What's the difference?
Yes, you are right. Unfortunately, there is harboring terrorists in when we see recent history or in so many decades. If you harbor a terrorist in your country, so as Hillary Clinton said that the snakes in your backyard, they will bite you. But problem is that there is a difference between Afghanistan and India.
Oh, really?
Obviously, for Pakistan, Afghanistan was a backyard of Pakistan. As you know, history is so different between two countries. India, there is love and hate relationship.
There is
between
no love.
Pakistan and India.
If you read what General Munir says...
When you go in the past, there are so many...
Listen to this. Just listen to this 1 second. I mean, you're a reasonable Pakistani and we're reasonable Indians here. So, and I want to bring in Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza also on this point of love. You see, here it is, viewers. This is what General Munir said. And this was about 10 days before Pakistani-based terrorists came and they killed Hindus, specifically in Pahalgam. They asked them to recite the kalma, and when they couldn't, they shot them between the eyes. And they told one of them, the wives of one of them, to go tell Modi to come and save you. This is what he said, viewers, General Munir. Our religions are different. Our religions are different, viewers, he said. So, in fact, he's even saying Indian Muslims and you and I are different in some ways. Our religions are different, our customs are different, our traditions are different, our thoughts are different, our ambitions are different. That was the foundation of the two-nation theory that was laid there. We are two nations, we are not one nation. This is what he said, viewers. The same bhindi they eat there, sir, in Pakistan as they eat here. The same parathas they eat there as we eat here. So, Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza, I want to understand this. Where is Pakistan coming from? They are saying today that, oh, Afghans are exporting terror. But you see, they are different. वो हमारे भाई थे. आप लोगों ने तो कुछ और ही कर दिया. So you don't have the right to take action against the terrorists on our soil. I mean, this sort of reeks a little bit of hypocrisy. What do you make of this, Dr. Mirza?
Well, first of all, let me start with saying that Islam has never been a binding force. Ever since the death of the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from the moment he breathed his last till today, we see that Islam has been a divisive force. It has been a brutal force. It has been a murderous force, and it has destroyed civility. It has destroyed cultures. It has destroyed languages. It has totally destroyed ways of lives that people had for centuries. Now let me come back to Afghanistan. Now you remember when Taliban came to power in 2021, what Imran Khan said? He said the Afghans have broken the shackles of slavery. Yeah, but they did that. Now I ask him, what about now? For me, this visit of Amir Khan Muttaqi, this is the time to say the Afghans have broken the shackles of slavery and subjugation, because that is exactly what Pakistan wanted this Taliban regime to be, their slave and subjugated to the interests of ISI and GHQ. The other thing is Pakistan should be mourning, and they should announce at least a month of mourning. Flag should bring down half-mast, black flags everywhere. All the news channels in Pakistan, the anchors should wear black bands, because the depth of field that they were seeking for Pakistan against India today becomes the depth of field, sir. It becomes the depth of field. Afghans are no bootlickers. Pakistani generals thought that, like the Pakistani politicians, Afghan Taliban will become their bootlickers. But Afghans are no bootlickers, sir. Afghans make empires to lick their boots, sir. Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires, and this chota nanna munna lula langda bimar ulli lagi hui Pakistan is challenging Afghanistan. You will see what they did last night in Kabul and in Paktia. There will be repercussions, sir. There will be repercussions. I'm already being told that 11 Pakistani soldiers have just been killed in KPK, Pakistani soldiers, sir. And finally, sir, this let me congratulate the whole of Indian people and the whole of Afghan people for the historical traditional friendship and relations between the two nations. Let me congratulate Jai Shankar ji on this great diplomatic victory. And let me congratulate Muttaqi Khan Sahab as well.
This is a reset that gives us some options. But you had...
option क्या है? ये कश्मीर का रास्ता खुल जाएगा, देख लेना आप.
Okay.
Afghanistan
what do you
and
make of this? What do you make of Dr. Mirza? Yes, you're saying that, you know, the word that was used by Dr. Jai Shankar was contiguous borders. An interesting phrase.
Yeah.
That has been traditionally been our position, because the map of India actually includes parts of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, the entire Pakistan occupied Kashmir. which then gives us a contiguous border with Afghanistan. So we are talking about that's more legalese and technical language, but that's the way we feel about it. So we consider Afghanistan to be a neighboring country, and that's been a long held position. One. Secondly, I think we have to understand that look, our reason for way back in August 2021 when the Taliban took over.
Yes.
Rahul, you remember how people were writing the epitaph of India in Kabul?
Yeah.
How people were saying that, all the investments that India has made, the developmental work we did, the goodwill we had earned has come to naught. But clearly that did not happen because within days of the Taliban taking over, they were making an outreach towards us.
Yeah.
Because they realized we are a bona fide development partner. We have never destabilized Afghanistan. We have always helped developmental processes in Afghanistan, and we become a counter to the Pakistanis, right? And why did we suddenly become a counter to the Pakistanis despite the fact that the Taliban had operated from inside Pakistan for almost 20 years when Pakistan made a complete mamu of the NATO and the US and everybody else? The reason was that the moment the Taliban gained power, you would remember that very iconic scene of ISI general going as the victor of Kabul and sipping tea and very arrogantly claiming that all will be well, that he will be deciding what will happen in Afghanistan.
I remember.
And clearly the Afghans were incensed by that particular scene. So quite clearly there was going to be an outreach towards India, and in a very systematic manner, both India and the Taliban regime have developed relationship. Allow me 30 seconds, Rahul. Please, we have to understand this. Our engagement with the Taliban does not mean we endorse everything that the Taliban stands.
Of course.
Right. So we will have a relationship with the Taliban. We'll develop a relationship with the Taliban. And there will be certain issues on which we will not, we'll find abhorrent about the Taliban.
Yeah.
And yet, like we did with many other countries in the world, we will continue to have a relationship with them. Hopefully, a very fruitful and beneficial relationship. Secondly, and very importantly, the Taliban gave us an assurance way back in 2021 that they will not allow Afghan soil to be used against it. Yeah. And they have stuck to their side of the bargain, which has propelled this relationship forward.
So let's hope, viewers, that the Taliban honors its promises.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to ask you then, Ms. Shah, this is an important question. Will Pakistan now reform its ways? You have been, no, one second, please, let's be reasonable. Let's ask her this question because, you see, you have been humbled on the battlefield, ma'am. Now you have the Afghans also sort of no longer being your wingmen. You also have internal insurgencies, and you yourself referred to the problems. Islam is clearly not the binding force that General Munir thinks it's going to be. Has the time come for Pakistan now to wake up and smell the coffee, ma'am?
First of all, when Amjad Ayyub Mirza Sahab said that Afghans are not bootlickers, everything is right there, I think this is not right. Afghanistan has been always fighting. And you see, since the centuries, because Afghanistan has experienced so many experiments, you can see since 1970s, the long-running instability there. And there are few factors.
But that is not your job, ma'am. What is happening in Afghanistan, you're not the grand uncle of Afghanistan.
No,
they have to do what they
Pakistan,
have to do.
No, this is not right because as neighbors, Pakistan was involved
in what way?
in Afghanistan.
Like you are involved in our Kashmir, under the radar. You see, this is the problem. Chaudhary banna nahi chahiye. Ma'am, you don't want to be Chaudhary of the region. You don't have the aplomb to be Chaudhary of the region. This is what we are all talking about. This Punjabi mindset of Rawalpindi where they think that they're the Chaudharys of the subcontinent. Ma'am, I'm sorry to just look at your economy size. It is the size of Noida's and Gurgaon economy.
Yes, you are right. But in Pakistan, they say that
लाइन में आ जाइए, this is what people are saying.
वो ये कहते हैं कि जब इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की बात की जाती है तो वैसे ही वो कहते हैं कि एक गरीब मुल्क जो होता है उसको फिर चौधरी इसलिए बनना पड़ता है कि एक बड़ा और पांचवी या चौथी बड़ी इकोनॉमी जो है उसके साथ फिर वो करने के लिए कंपैरिजन स्टार्ट हो जाता है।
नहीं नहीं, आप तो कहते हैं कि आप तो हमारे से आपसे बड़े खलीफे हैं हम। आपने खुद ही कहा, आपके तो जनरल साहब कहते हैं कि वी आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू, आवर एस्पिरेशंस आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू, वी आर अ डिफरेंट पीपल फ्रॉम you, we are this way. Not that we want to alloy ourselves with you, but I'm just saying, you think you're a superior race. This is what I'm saying, viewers. The fact is that Pakistan must look at itself in the mirror and it will see a diminished personality. This big. I'll leave it at that.